everybody. I know it's Friday night, but it's going to be a short one. We're here a good time, not a long time, so you better hang with us, okay? We're not giving you a long night tonight. All right? All right. Great. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Thanks, Lex.
Oh, Lex is in here?
Yeah, he said the beat was fire.
Oh, what's up, Crazy Legs? Yeah, that was Haran DeMarco's music. I want to, like you said, you suggested do a jam session, somewhere in 2024 and have all the people that, do their music.
That would be dope.
Come on up. King Made Music, you and POP are usually the
Those are the three ones.
Yeah, those are the three people that I use, so they're more than welcome. To come on up and talk to us a little bit about their music and things like that, right? That would be fun. Why not? I'm with it.
I'm here for you.
Yeah. Hello, Lily, gorgeous lady. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great. It was a relaxing day. I'm still zen right now. You know how you have those zen days and it's like it just carries you like.
Yep, sure do. Salute to you, pocket full of dinero beats. No saying, how are you, darling?
Hey, everyone. How is everybody? I'm doing well. Just hanging in there. Just waiting for the show to start tonight.
Oh, yeah. I do have a lot of shoes, Chad. One or two pair. Sometimes it gets a little bit, I'm a Pisces, so I have a hard time, choosing. So I just say yes. All that wrong.
You figure it out later.
Figure it out later. They're all there.
All right, everybody. So let's jump right in since we're not going to be here for a little while. Again, I told you guys last night, I'm kind of like up to here talking about celebrities. So I have to, for my own sanity, just talk about other shit, right? Just talk about other shit because I'm not, it's such a, like Lily says, everybody has a reality show now. And now there's just like this saturation, right? Everybody's their own walking reality show. And everybody's not that interesting. And you guys know I loathe redundancy. If you've been here with me for a couple of years, I loathe redundancy. Like I snap, right? And I think talking about celebrities, same problems over and over and over and over again is toxic for me. Okay, it's toxic for me. So I'm going to have to switch it up every now and then. So tonight we're not going to talk about celebrities, although there's a celebrity on the thumbnail. I'm not talking about him per se, but just the topic. Tonight's topic is insisting people use politically correct pronouns anti-civil rights. Ooh, is insisting people use politically correct pronouns anti-civil rights. Now, I know civil rights has become synonymous with, hey, what are you doing to black people? However, civil rights by definition means, okay, we like definitions. What's up, Brother Ish? Definitions. Civil rights and political rights means a class of rights that protect individuals' freedom from infringement by not only government, social organizations, and private individuals, right? They ensure one's entitlement to participate in the civil and political life of society and the state, right? So you can be one person and infringe on someone's civil rights. You don't have to be the government. You don't have to be a mob of people. You can just be one person versus another person. We know that pronouns and saying the correct pronouns specifically regarding the LGBTQ is a big, huge freaking deal. I mean, knock down, drag out, fist fight, address me as this or address me as that. And you could actually, some people have even claimed harassment and a violation of their civil rights if you refuse to address them by their chosen pronouns. So this became a real big deal. Like if I work a job and I say, no, address me as he, and you could keep addressing me as she, I can go to HR. Right? So it's pretty serious. However, I want to ask, with everything that's happening now, with, cancel culture boiling over, with celebrities now fighting against cancel culture, I have crazy feedback. What is that?
We don't hear it.
It's like a whistle. You hear it, Lily? Yeah,
I
I
hear
think
it.
it's you. I think it's you. That's probably why you don't hear it, because it's you. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's like a strange, like little whistle. Good evening, Miss Ruth. So, with that said, is it something else that just kind of exploded during the pandemic? A lot of shit became politically incorrect and boiled over. A lot of shit. And now, with the saturation of all the bullshit that's happening with all the celebrities and the political correctness, is are the pronouns gonna die down? The pronouns gonna die down? Is it that big a deal? Now, the reason why I used and Lily sent me this picture earlier, and I thought it was fucking hilarious, right? Because I always say being a woman is fucking hard, right? And I know men will say, no, being a man is hard. I'm talking about maintenance of a woman. Talking about maintenance alone. Maintenance alone. I envy people like, yeah, penis envy. No, I have just gender envy. Like, you guys can, you know what I mean? Wake up, dip your nuts in some soapy water, put on a fresh t-shirt, and you're ready for the day. Women, we need our eyebrows, our eyelashes, our lipstick, our blush, our hair, how we looking, how's the bra looking, how's the shirt looking, because we're judged aesthetically, right? Automatically. And I think men are judged more by what can you do? How strong are you? What can you provide, right? We're women, we have that, plus we have to be attractive. We spoke about that in Hollywood, right? Women have to be extra attractive. A man can look like Joe Pesci and star in a movie. I have to look like Halle to star in a movie, right? And Halle can't do, I mean, my opinion, she's not the best actress in the world, but she gets by because of her looks, right? And Joe Pesci could show up, at Danny DeVito, they can show up in a movie, like, and be stars, and be the star of the movie, right? So, with that said, I wanted to get into this. I want to show you the thumbnail really quickly. And I'll give you my opinions of it. I am very biased and I'm very hypocritical. If I'm dealing with someone personally, one on one, right, and I'm going to be interacting with you on a regular, then it's nothing for me to call you whatever the fuck you want me to call you. I don't care if you want me to call you bottled water. I have to interact with you constantly. That's what I'm going to do, Mr. Essentia, Mrs. Essentia, right? Whatever. However, I don't know if this is bias or hypocrisy, and you guys could call me out on it. But if I'm just at a fucking cash register, I'm in a rush. I got my fucking items. I want to go, and I say, excuse me, ma'am, can you ring this up for or whatever? And he or she tells me it's Mister. I'm gonna say, fuck you. Can you ring my shit up because I gotta go, right? That's gonna be my attitude. So maybe that's bias, maybe that's hypocrisy. I don't know. I just don't have it in me to be politically correct all day, every day. However, that person on the other side of that cash register will make a big fucking stink about it because that's their life, right? So here's how I see a lot of people who are transitioning. We're seeing that either they're not keeping up with it. I'm gonna show you Exhibit A, or they're detransitioning. So it kind of leaves us, quote unquote, regular people to be like, should I say this? Is it worth the trouble learning a whole other language? I'm already a certain age. Who cares? Fuck off. We're all kind of that way, and extra if you're from New York. So Lily sent me this picture earlier, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. And I put it on my Facebook and I made a joke of it. And I said, not as easy as you thought it was going to be, huh, Bruce? Meaning Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner, as you guys know, transitioned to Caitlyn Jenner, which is the lady on the left with the white dress, right? Got voted Woman of the Year in that outfit. That was the acceptance speech that night, right? And then over on the right, we have Brucey Bruce on a regular day. Now, again, if Brucey Bruce is at that register, going back to what I said, I'm going to say, excuse me, sir, do you know where the cotton balls are? And he can retort, it's Miss, it's Caitlyn. And I'm going to fuck off. Where are the cotton balls? You work here. I don't have time. Right? So should we not? What do you guys think? I'm going to pass the mic. But when I look at someone like Caitlyn Jenner specifically, I'm not going to play this game with you. And I actually kind of find it insulting that you could walk around like that and still be deemed a fucking woman when I have to go all out to look like a fucking woman because that's what I'm judged by all the fucking time. So I'll rest my mic there. I'm going to pass the mic. What do you think? Is it a big deal? Do you care? Do you not care? Is it necessary to always use correct pronouns or not? What say you?
Okay, I guess I'll go first. This is my wheelhouse. I have a lot of thoughts on this. First of all, let me just start with Bruce. Okay, never accepted Caitlyn as actually most of the trans community has never accepted Caitlyn. To be honest with you, I just will say, me personally, I always saw through the charade. Bruce had. I don't think a lot of people know this. Bruce has been cross-dressing for years, okay? Publicly, because I know people know about the private stuff, but Bruce been walking around Sunset, but all that, like just like cross-dressing for years. Okay, before the whole Caitlyn thing. That's why I could think a couple of the cartoons made fun of it years before the whole Caitlyn thing, because like that was a well-known thing in Hollywood. So that's the first thing. But I'm not surprised that we're having this discussion, because I feel like more of this discussion is going to be had. I kind of saw this coming a while ago, because during 2020, I think a lot of people just had a lot of time on their hand, right? And so then they just started coming up with shit that they was angry about and that people should just start knowing about and being aware of. Everyone started pushing awareness for something, okay? So, you have Black Lives Matter, and you had the LGBTQ community. You had a whole bunch of pushes. You got the animal rights people. You have everybody, okay? Which is not a problem. But what happens is every single one of those groups wants you to be up to date on all the amendments, the 24-hour-a-day amendments that are, so you're reading through all the amendments for the LGBT, like, okay, all right, now we got the flower people, okay, all right, now, it's just like, you can't, it's just not sustainable. So when I saw us moving into this ultra politically correct, I said, oh, I already see what's coming next. People are going to start saying, fuck all of you, okay? Now, that's why when the whole LGBT movement came about, I pretty much went about my life as I normally do, right? And I'm gonna tell you what that looks like for me. What that looks like for me is everyone doesn't understand, everyone does not want to understand, and no one has to understand. It's just that fucking simple, okay? Now, yes, decent respect goes a long way. Now, but then you got to be very I'm gonna just say I choose to be honest with myself, right? So I'm bald, right? And I'm born male. Someone may look at me, automatically think that's a woman, period, right? And not even think trans, not even think that I was born male. Then you might have someone look at me and say, I'm not sure. It's not sure. Then you might have somebody looks at me and say, oh, I could tell, but she's, looks like a woman, but I could tell, right? I can get 3 different responses from all 3 of those people. One person might say, hey, ma'am, where's the tuna? One person might say, excuse me, where's the tuna? They might not know, right? Or they might ask. And I've had people ask, what's my pronouns? And then might have someone say, sir. But there's a way you correct people so that they're not, because if you come out like, yeah, because I've seen that. And that's a lot of what people's complaints are. I've never really heard too many people complain so much about people requesting like, hey, could you use this pronoun for me? It's the entitlement, the air of entitlement that was coming, and the attitude is what I was hearing the complaints about. Okay. And I have to agree. And because I agree with that, I choose to handle handle people my way so that I can say, you know what? I gave this person the respect that I would like back. Right. Now, if I don't get that respect, now we got a whole nother conversation we could have. But at least I can say that I did my part to make sure that this particular interaction went smoothly, right? Because the same way I would like somebody to respect whatever it is I got going on, you know, I'm gonna have to respect them as well. And that's another thing I'm saying. Everybody wants you to know all about their plight and what they got going on their community and everything like that, but don't want to learn anyone else's. So it's just gotten to a point now. It got too ultra clean and sensitized, and people are moving back towards the other way where they don't even care anymore. I have more to say, but I'm just starting there.
Gentlemen, what say thee?
The tuna was on the grocery store. I'm sorry, I was going on Jen's grocery store analogy. They were asking me for tuna.
I have no problem using anyone's pronouns if they want whatever they want to be referred to as. However, I fail to see how that's a civil rights matter. I just don't see that as a civil rights matter if I don't choose to do so. You know what I mean? I might have my own reasons as to why. A civil rights matter is I'm making a particular decision that, from my perspective, I'm making a particular decision that is life-threatening for you. For instance, you know, you being racist towards me and you wanting to unalive me because I'm of a particular demographic. I believe that's some sort of, you know, I mean, infringement on civil rights. If you burn a cross in front of my house and so on and so forth, but me not wanting to call you sir or ma'am, that's a little. I don't know about that. It's a little gray area. That's in the weeds a little bit. You know, I mean, I don't know how that destroys your life. I don't know how because the whole concept of civil rights when people were marching and so on and so forth, these were rights that were, you know, because a sect of people were being dehumanized. You know what I mean? A sect of people were still being, you know, murdered. A sect of people were still being kept out of certain economic circles. I don't want to call you sir. You're going to run the HR? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's a little hefty. But anyway.
Yeah, but I don't want you to veer into, because again, civil rights, like privilege, right?
Right.
It's synonymous to a specific race. Privilege does not mean white, and civil rights does
Right.
not mean black. So it doesn't mean that people were just getting hosed down in the street
Right.
and crosses being burned. Civil rights is across the board, right?
It's like I said, you know what I mean? It's I get it, but then it's just like it's for me, fuck it, I'll just say it. It's just not that serious to me. I respect you. But come on, man, you're not gonna fucking die if I don't call you sir or ma'am. Let's just call it what it is. But anyway, I will also agree with Jen. There is privileges that come along with being of a particular gender. You know, no Jen can't do things like I do as aesthetics. I haven't shaven in 5 days. I like shave when I fucking feel like it. You know what I mean? She can't put on makeup when she fucking feels like it and be taken seriously. You know what I mean? She's got to do this shit every fucking day. You know what I mean?
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, Ron? If I don't wear makeup, I'm not taken seriously, and if I do, I'm not taken seriously.
And that's what she has to. That's what she has to deal with. I come on here with a fucking t-shirt and then shaven face, crack some jokes, and nobody else say shit. She can't do the same thing and be taken seriously. And you know that is something that people can say, like, yeah, okay, I do acknowledge that double standard. Everybody has that gender, you know, bias and so on and so forth. However, Jen can get out of a traffic ticket a lot faster than me. I'll tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? My ass is going to jail. You know what I mean? She'll be out of that situation in 5 minutes. I'm gonna need some backup. So everybody has their space in the situation where they have a degree of privilege.
Okay, so it says here, what are the 5 civil rights? The right to vote, the right to a fair trial, the right to government services, the right to a public education, and the right to use public facilities. Now, if a man or a woman identifies as he, she, right? And you're not going to let them use a certain public facility, says right here, you are infringing on their civil rights. So pronouns, I guess, can be important in a sense. What do you think, No Saint?
Whew, man. Listen, I think that like everybody on here, if you come up and you mention that or you you're in a store and you mispronounce someone and they correct you, then and they correct you without disrespect. It's not like if they just come at you and say, "Hey, I'm so and so," then you should oblige and address them in that way. But I also, Jen, it's crazy. Like I've learned this YouTube. You can go down a rabbit hole in this YouTube, and I've learned so much about all this stuff. It's like you can't expect someone to know your pronoun, and I'm specifically speaking to the spectrum of, I don't know if it's transgender or what, but what's that?
Non-binary.
Or non-binary. And it's like, I'm ma'am, and then they're wearing a full beard. And it's just like, all right, I understand that we're in a world where this is kind of, but you got to let people catch up, and maybe they won't ever catch up because we've grown up. A beard normally is significant, is you reference that with a guy for the most part, a mustache and a beard. And so that's what you're going to default to. But yeah, so it's really crazy. But yeah, I understand also what Lily and what everybody's saying. It's like there's so many things you can't expect. Now, what Haran said is it's not that important to him. Yeah, there's a lot of things that's really not that important to me, but it's important. But when you talk to someone, that's their truth, that's their life, so it's very important to them, right? So, but I get everybody getting tired because in today's social media, everybody wants you to know what their issue is, and we all have our own issues. We're all just living our life, and we've all got our own problems, and so to be aggressive with it is where I think it goes wrong. You can't really be aggressive when someone's just like, shit, dude, I was just thinking about, my lights are about to go out or something like that, and you're yelling at me because I mistook you for something that, you don't want to be mistaken for. So, yeah.
Look, listen, okay, I'm going to use something that people can understand because you got to break things down to a point where people can understand in order for them to really get it. Now, you got a mother. Most people I know have siblings. You got a mother, and say if this lady's got like 6 or 8 fucking kids, okay? Those are 6 or 8 fucking kids going through growing pains, going through their own problems, going through their own issues, going through whatever. And every one of those motherfuckers are clawing and trying to grasp at the mother. Mom, listen to my problems. Mom, listen to mom. Mathematically speaking, one of those kids are going to fucking fall through the cracks. 1 or 2 of those fucking kids are going to feel ignored. It's not necessarily intentional. It's just a woman just has a very finite amount of, brain power possible to give to every one of these, victimized motherfuckers, and we're at this point in society where it feels like, okay, we can listen to people's problems, but now it feels like everybody's fighting for the top spot of victim now. Like, my problems are more important. No, my problems are more important. No, mine are. And it's just like, okay, at what point in time are we like, can we all just agree that everybody's equally is, fucked up and whatever? And at the end of the day, there's just not enough time in the world to just garner enough energy to address all of these fucking problems.
Yeah, but I want to say something that just came to mind. The only thing I think, there are people like us who say, okay, let me, I'll address you how you want to be addressed. And then there's those other people who aren't going to address you, but what they believe you are, right? No, you were born a man, you're a man. You know what I mean? Or I will address you as a man or a woman. You know what I mean? It's the hardcore, sometimes in belief in mysticism and things like that they're not going to change they're not going to change they are going to go out of their way to make sure that they don't address you the way you want to be addressed.
But then let me ask you this as an atheist, right? There's belief and then there's science. You got to believe one or the other. So when you say what they believe you are, if scientifically there's genders, right? Scientifically. And then there's people who are born with both. I know that. I forgot the name, but it's like
intersex.
It actually happens, right? So are you dealing with science or belief, right? Because if you're gonna believe what they believe, then you might as well be religious. If you just gonna
Well,
believe,
no,
believe.
yeah. My answer to that is yeah. Of course, they were born a male or a female. I don't have any problem with that, but I'm not sure. I'm not. Listen, I'm not up on the science, but I'm not sure in the brain what's going on. Right? It could be possible that in the brain. So I'm not versed on that very well. But what I'm saying is like some people I talk to don't even give that consideration. It's just they think they're choosing to be a certain way. They've
Okay,
chosen.
okay. I'm glad you said that. Okay, now is that person's right? Like, why is the person kind of like, why is the person that doesn't believe it, why are they in the wrong? And the person that wants you to address them a certain way, why are they not in the wrong? You understand what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, they both have the same, I'm talking about, in my opinion, you guys may disagree, the chat may disagree, and you can if you like. But in my opinion, they both have the same right to want to see what they want to see. Both of them, straight down the line. The person that's like, I will never see you as anything other than X, Y, and Z. And the person that is like, I don't give a fuck what you see. This is who I am. This is how I live. I think both of them have the fucking right. And I think the problem is that both of these individuals, the ones that you said no state that are like, I'm not budging no matter what,
Yeah.
you lived your life that way your whole entire life. Who am I to come in 2022 and say you bet to do something? Because a little poke makes me rebel, and I think I am a compassionate person. I think I'm a nice person. Long as you don't get froggy with me, I'll give you the shirt off my back. But don't come at me sideways and expect that person to come out. And I think both of them need to stay the fuck away from each other, right? Because no one's gonna budge, but they both have a right. That's how I see it. They both
Is
have a right.
absolutely correct because guess
I say
what?
this all the time. You've heard me say this on here. When people try to like mask and be like and act like they're not, or they don't have a problem with trans, I'm like, you don't have to do that for me. I'm not going to put you in jail. I don't have nothing for you. Like you don't
I
have
want to see gay jail.
right. It's
Like
like
I don't.
you are allowed to be homophobic. You're allowed to be transphobic. You're allowed to be racist. What you're not allowed to do is put your hands on someone, right? Like
That's absolutely true. Like I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to strangle up a gang of Ku Klux Klan members and dismember them. I'm not allowed to do that. You know what I mean? They aren't allowed to do that to me either. But you are allowed to feel however the fuck you want to
I'm
feel
not
about
anymore.
Right.
Oh, not excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. I stand corrected now. Now, currently, they're not allowed to do. You see, that's how the law is a motherfucker. Now they're not allowed to do that to me. But overall, what I'm saying is, you guys know what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, you're allowed to feel and think whatever the fuck you want to think, especially if you are from a particular era.
right.
Like there's just
Especially.
Or place.
look, man. I'm gonna give you Jen and I have this conversation a lot. Like there's just certain things and we come from a certain era where certain interactions with people, the way you interact with people, we have an understanding of boundaries. We have an understanding of there's certain things you just don't say to people. You know what I mean? There's certain ways you respect and so on and so forth. When
Oh, you
you
saw a lot of bitches on YouTube who are froggy
that's what I'm saying. When you grow up in a when you grow up in a particular world where there's real consequences and there's real things attached to if you don't respect boundaries, when you have to shift and move in a world where it's like anybody's just saying whatever the fuck they want to say because they don't have to deal with the consequences. They don't, and they're literally behind glass for most of their life. It's hard. It takes some time to really catch up and really understand what that is because it's like, wait a minute, you've actually seen people, I don't know, get their jaw broken for saying the wrong thing. You've actually seen people had guns put in their mouth for saying the wrong thing. So it's hard to shift from that thinking to, oh yeah, they're both calling each other racial slurs, and one saying he'll fucking shoot his kid, and the next day everybody's just happy-go-lucky, like nothing fucking happened. Like, and you're from a world where, if you even said anything about someone's kid,
right? And then the bitches show up in your chat talking about drop the link, bitch. I got beef with you forever. Die slow.
But guess what though? She has a right to feel that way.
Die slow.
Some people would say, oh no, she's taking it too far. Like, no, she has a right to fucking feel that way. She has a right to feel, because everybody ain't on some kiki, you know what I mean, shit, and everybody doesn't think that shit is cute. You know what I mean? Like, this real concept.
I am from that funny world y'all from. I have a chart here, a gender inclusive pronoun chart. Now, I was under the impression there was about 3. Ooh, I was wrong.
Yeah, they add them on weekly. I got off I've been got off the train. I couldn't do it. I just, my memory's not that good. I just had to let me off the next stop.
So like Lily said earlier, no, there are a lot more and they're adding them off. I really thought it was 3.
And it's still a flag. I think it's just a whole mush.
Oh, I don't like the flag now.
Yeah,
I don't like the rainbow flag.
Yeah,
but it ain't, you know, it ain't my business. So
you about to put it up or something?
Yeah, right now I'm about to put it right up so you can see some of the pronouns had developed over, I guess, while we were asleep. So these are some of the pronouns.
I got what happened? What just happened?
I know you can. Hold on, let me see something. If I remove everybody, can you see it? I guess I got to remove all of us. So that's just to give you a little, window into how complicated this is. This goes way beyond just call that person she or he.
I have a little trying to remember that as you were putting that up, that this happened during the whole height of all of this rising and all that stuff.
Okay, wait, you didn't hear none of that I was saying while the chart was up?
No.
Oh no, yeah.
No, we didn't hear anything.
All right. Oh well. I was just trying to pronounce them and I used one as an example in a sentence. And I was saying that this is literally a new language. This is far beyond just say she, he, or they, or them. It's a whole new language. It looks kind of Greek. It looks kind of like shorthand. If you took shorthand way back in the day.
This is just I don't know. What you're gonna be fucking the shit out of a woman one day and just be like, who's this? And she can be like, what's your pronouns? Like, what is that where we going with this? Like, what? Look, man, I try to be respectful. You know what I mean? But there comes a time when you at the crap table, like, I'm out. This is just too much for me. It's too rich for my blood.
I'm out.
I'm good. I'm good. You call him whatever you gonna call him. I'm gonna stick to a chick. I'm gonna just stick to dude, chick, boom. Real simple.
I could see Ron just leaving the table like, no, but you don't want to play no more? No.
Like, nah, I'm good. I'm out. You know what I
Right,
mean? Any broad want to hang out with me, come over here. And we'll just do it like that, man. Like, I'm good. That's too much. What the fuck is a Z? What is that? It's a Z.
Well, I think one of them looked like
a Z. What's that? A Zer?
The president of China tried to slip his name in some of them. It's propaganda.
It's not gonna work for me.
Propaganda.
One way or another, bitch.
It sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. Zeeps, ops, and orcs hangs with ox, orcs, and zips. Like, he used to always do that shit.
It does. No, it does. It does sound like that. I love me some Dr. Seuss. Don't get me started. Okay, wait. So I'm gonna pull it up again with hopefully color behind it so you can see it again. Dr. Seuss. Oh no, still not doing it. That's so fucking weird. That's weird. You're weird, bro.
Yeah, I had with this LGBT group that booked me to do like this. This was in the middle of the pandemic. This Zoom type of speaking engagement with other trans and non-binary people from around the country, right? So they go around and they ask a bunch of questions, and I think everyone gets the same question. Yeah, everyone was getting the same questions. And the first question was about pronouns. They were talking about pronouns. And I've always been the same. If you've ever watched any interview with me, I've always been the same. I always tell people I don't like the LGBTQ elemental P. I feel like it's counterproductive. I don't like to even identify myself as trans non-binary, but I get it. We need the labels for other people. No big deal. I'll go with it. All right. And I said that. And when I tell you, you could see across the screen a sea of like pearls and clutching and people falling down and just like, and I was like, okay, am I making this up? Like, did the energy just shift here? Maybe I'm making it up. Right. And so, prior to doing that thing, the people who did, because they're like a big group, they're really big, and we were supposed to do some work together. Well, after that, so then I called and said, hi, I'm just following up on the things we're going to be doing together. No, it wasn't a call. It was an email. The response, you ready to hear this? Not dear, not bitch, not Lily, nothing. Your check's in the mail.
I go where I'm wanted anyway. I don't need any of you. I'll see my way out.
But that's a good point too, because guess what? Let you owe a motherfucker some money. They don't give a damn about your pronouns.
Okay. I didn't give a fuck. It was in hell, right? That's why I was like, that's all I need. Ain't no need to talk no more.
I just wanted to comment about what Jen was saying earlier about people having the right to believe what they want to believe or feel. And I totally agree that they have the right. My thing is this, and this is just me. I tried because at one point I didn't understand what anxiety was. I thought people were just, anxiety. What are you talking about? Until I had an anxiety attack. And then I totally understood it. I don't understand people that, I didn't understand depression very well until it happened to me. So when I say that, they're steadfast on you're this and you're that, it's because they have no understanding. They've never had that feeling. So I try to put myself in that headspace. Okay, I don't feel that I'm born a male. I feel a male, but just because someone they're telling me they're not, then who am I to challenge that and say, no, you are, when that's the way they feel inside? Biologically, we can argue that all day. I mean, not argue it. It's a fact. I mean, biologically, people are born, you can look at all that. So that's why I say, like, yeah, you have the right, but then some people will take that right and torture their kids because their kids aren't feeling a certain way, or disown their kids because they're kids. And that's when I feel it's like that's just a lack of understanding or a lack of putting yourself and trying to think that maybe your worldview isn't concrete. You don't think that because everybody wants to think that their beliefs and whatever, or is correct. And I'm just saying, I like to try to, even on this show, I've done it. I felt certain ways, and then I've listened to you guys and I said, you know what, maybe I'm off base on some things because I'm hearing it from people that experience it. So maybe I don't know about some of the things that I think I know about, and that's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's
Um,
great. It's a great point. Um, and it veers into why I hate humans. I'm very Agent Smith about humans, right? They are a virus, but because they do it on both sides, right? You have bad parents who will torture a child because the child doesn't feel biologically, you know what I mean, that they're a certain thing. And then you have the other assholes who need content for social media. And a little boy says, "Oh, I want to play with my sister's doll. Oh, he's trans. Turn the camera on, Josh. We have a trans child." And then you have a whole fucking trans child fucking Instagram channel, and the boy just wanted to play with the fucking doll because he wanted to rip his head off.
Remember the lady with the baby I sent you and Haran? Please be gay. Please be gay. Girl,
I
you
saw
just
two videos like that. I saw two videos like that.
look, I will say this: there is biology, and there is psychology. Biologically, a person can have a particular genitalia. Is it possible for a person to have a particular brain structure that leans more so in the direction of that is contrary to their genitalia? Yes, I do think that that is possible. Look, listen, um, no one can tell me otherwise. There's just I've seen certain men built a certain way. They look very feminine. Very naturally, they look fucking feminine. They have very narrow shoulders. They look like they have very light bones. They don't look like they have, they don't look like they can pick up shit. And the way they walk, their mannerisms, it's very effeminate. You know what I mean? It's not an act. Some of those guys too, those same guys, when they try to, behave masculine, you can tell it doesn't look natural. I've seen women who have rather deep voices, very wide fucking backs. These broads can pick up two bags of laundry. Like, yo, they tend to have mannerisms and ideas associated with masculinity. So, I do think that there's certain people. I think it's possible to be born like that. I don't think that everyone who's gay just didn't wake up one morning and say, "Yeah, I'm be gay." Or I do think that, yeah, people are born that way. But I think you can't get past the idea of accepting these people if you constantly think that, oh no, those people just chose that. Like, it's impossible that, I mean, because you're just not, if you can't accept the thing for even the possibility of it, then how can you truly understand it?
So this is my thing, and to your point, I'm gonna add to that. This is going back to the whole Caitlyn thing. This is why people like her, Caitlyn, irk me, and this is why the LGBTQ push movement kind of irked me a little bit, because there was things about it that were good, and then it just kind of went overboard. Mm-hmm. And when it went overboard is when I started noticing the monetization of being queer. And I was like, okay, I'm not looking to be like rewarded for being queer. That's a little weird, because what you're going to do is there's people who just need attention, and they'll go the distance for all of this attention, and you're going to add money, so you get to get attention and money for coming out queer. I said, yeah, this is about to produce a lot of fakes. And then that's going, because, and that's the problem, because my entire life, I've always been told, whether directly or indirectly, that I was making it up, or I was confused, or whatever, blah, 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 all of that stuff. Because there are people in 2023 that still believe that that you can't be born that way, right? And I would say that's dumb as hell to come up when I was coming up to say, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to be trans. Like that was crazy as hell, especially at that time. So it's for people who came out during my time. If you was coming out as trans, your ass was committed. If you was coming out as queer of any kind, you were committed, as opposed to when it started to be monetized and rewarded. And so I said, okay, what we're going to see is when this trend dies down, a bunch of people going back to their original sex, which is going to make people look at people like me, like, I knew y'all was confused. I knew it this whole time. And that's why people like that irk me.
Yeah, and that's a great example, Lily, because when we back in the days growing up, when we were related to or had friends that were in the LGBT community, like they died like that. You notice that? Like our gay aunties, the cousins, the neighbors, they died like that. Okay, even the quote unquote cross dressers or the trans men in the neighborhood, they died like that. Today you got, Demi Lovato. Call me they. Then next week. No, I want to go back to the she pronoun. No, that other actress, I forgot her damn name. Now she's a they. First she was a him. Now she's a they them. So it's like, in a way, it's like a joke, right? It's just something that you do casually on the weekend. I feel like being a guy today. I want to make a big stink about it so they could talk about it in the blogs, and then I'm gonna change my mind. You didn't really see that before. Dirt Sapien, Chad C, you hilarious. So Dirt Sapien has a question. I thought what we've been saying would cover this and it would be obvious, but for the short yellow bus folks, we'll address it. He says, "What if I tell you my pronoun is master? Are you going to call me by my pronoun, or is that too much?" So I told him, then you got to find someone who wants to call you that. He said, "No, personally, I think that's ridiculous. It's not about me. It's a general question. Are you going to address someone as master if they tell you that is their pronoun? It's a question. Where did the pronoun find?" Okay, here's the thing. If I'm dealing with you on a regular and you're like, my name is Master, I'm gonna call you Master. I mean, I'm from the hood. We had all kinds of nicknames in the hood. Okay, Killer, Master, Tank, you know what I'm saying? Pookie, Ray Ray, those were real names. I know they use them to make fun of men today, but Pookie and Ray Ray, those were real nicknames.
They in every hood.
Okay?
First of all, this is why this is a clear.
But that's example. Not a pronoun, though. That's not a. That's not.
He has a clear. See, he's trying to be funny, and he doesn't even realize that what he's saying, that's a noun. Master is a noun. It's not a pronoun, sir. No. If this is the problem. This is why you dumb motherfuckers just basically trip over your shoes, because you try to be funny, but you're trying to be funny with a situation that you're way over your skis. If I use master, that's a noun. A pronoun is to something in regards to like him, her, she, and now Z, op, orky, op, and whatever the fuck we just saw. I remember that shit, right? Anyway,
jukebox. Don't fuck with me.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's completely different. But I understand what he's trying to say. You know what I mean? Like, look, listen, I have my limits. I'm not calling no nigga delicious. You know what I mean? I'm not calling no nigga sweet cheeks.
Delicious. I know about you named Diamond.
Like, I'm not calling no nigga sweet cheeks. Like, if I got a problem, be like, yo, tell Sweet Cheeks and Delicious to come down here, and we got a problem. We gotta go. We about to go ride on these niggas. Like, it just doesn't work for me. That's not gonna work for me. I'm not gonna be in a foxhole with a nigga named Delicious. It's just not gonna happen.
Dirt Sapien, you're white, right? You're a Caucasian, right? A Caucasian, correct? Dirt Sapien. Are you a Caucasian, Mr. Dirt? No. Okay. Okay.
They're a gamer, whoever they are.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's trying to. Oh, okay. He's a ginger cracker. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's why he asked that. that question, and that's fine. But I just think that's a different subject, and it's not a pronoun. It's not a gender pronoun, right? Um, so I did an episode on the Block with Jen 1-on-1. My second episode, your child may not be trans at all. And I spoke about when I was younger, when I was a kid, I was a huge tomboy. I wanted to do everything that the boys did. I thought the boys were better than girls back then. And I grew up. However, when I was younger, because I want to be like my daddy and my brother and my cousins and my right? They were just doing interesting things, and most of the women in my family were doing woman shit. You know what I mean? Having babies, cooking, cleaning, serving men. But I'm like, you guys get to like ride down the hill with no brakes on your bike. You guys get to like squish bugs, like put flies in the freezer and bring them back to life, and magnifying glass, burn the caterpillars with the You guys get to do shit, play with BB guns and shit. Y'all do all the fun shit. I want to do fun shit, right? So I was all about the boys, right? But today, in that episode, I explained that today I would be looked at as a trans child. It's that simple. Like the word tomboy no longer exists. If I was into everything, okay? Today, at the age of like 7, 8, 9, that I was into back then, they would have been like, oh, they would have told my mother, you have a trans child.
Oh, I think about this all the time. I would have probably been cut up and hormoned up because I chose not to do hormones or whatever because I had time to grow up and think about things and work on myself and figure out who the hell I really am and things like that. But yeah, if I would have came up in this time period, I'd be all like, just because of all the things, you wouldn't have been able to convince me that I didn't need to have, all the work done and all the hormones and all of that stuff. Like, you wouldn't have been able to convince me of that in this time period. So yeah, that's a real thing, totally real thing. I'm always concerned about that with people. I'm always with young people, for sure.
For legal reasons, you're not allowed to have a driver's license. For legal reasons, you're not allowed to have a gun at a certain age, a driver's license at a certain age. You can't even vote at a certain age. Yeah, Jen, we both know. Okay. Me too. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Shut your face.
But for legal reasons, you're not supposed to be doing those things for obvious reasons. I feel the same way should be the case when you're dealing with, trans, excuse me, young people who may feel that they might be trans. I think they should only be allowed to do so when they're of a certain age. Seriously, because you don't know, man. You don't know. Something might be a phase. Things you might identify with something else. You know what I mean? You don't know, because especially if they say, this kid wants to get bottom surgery, that's a no coming back situation, man. You know what I mean? That's a bitch if you wake up.
Let me tell this man something, because he's not familiar with the channel.
What?
Dirt Sapient, that was your last insult, okay? That was your last.
Nah, get him up out of here, man. Nah, he's out of here. Nah, let me get rid of this dude. Nah, I'm getting rid of him. Nah, ain't no chances. Ain't no chances tonight. You motherfuckers consistently push the envelope, and you do these things because you think there's no consequence. So now you're fucking out of here. Where's this shit? Where's he transmitting from?
Oh,
I don't know. Oh, he's on the block.
I got it.
Okay. So, all right. So going back to what we were saying, I tried to give you a chance. So back to what we were saying. Yeah, you just have to be careful in this environment, and that's why so many detransition clinics are opening up. But again, conspiracy theories aside, it's not a conspiracy that big pharma is real, and they're pushing all kinds of drugs. So every time something pops up, I mean, you could sit, it's not even a conspiracy. You can sit down and watch your television sets at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You're going to get pushed 10 different drugs while you're sitting there just watching the Twilight Zone. At least 10 different drugs, a shit of ailments you never even heard of. Do your eyes cross when you go like this with your finger? Well, we have the solution for you. Side effects. And I'm like, wait, I had something wrong with my eyes.
Right.
Right?
No, they're like, are you breathing? Do you walk?
Yes.
Talk.
Right.
I do. I'm breathing now. Oh my God. I'm
I'm
talking.
not going to walk to the couch. Right? So, there's mucho dinero in transitioning, and then there's mucho dinero in detransitioning. So I can double dip, right? I can convince you that your children are transgender children, and then you could go through all of that, those doctor's appointments, that medicine, the prescriptions, the blah blah. And then when your child figures out, oh shit, I'm 16, I don't want any of this, then I can also sell you the solution, right? To that change of heart, that change of mind. And that's big money. And I'm not going to lie, if you think like a hustler, like a lot of us do, I would do the same thing if I was one of them big pharma heads, because the goal would be to get as much money from you as possible. So I'm going to keep pumping ideas in your head, because that is my job, to sell you prescriptions and drugs. And that is what I would do. How do I make you a patient forever? That would be my goal as a big pharma executive.
I agree, because them fucking late night fucking pharma infomercials, man, them shits are a bitch when you in a bad space in your life, man. When you in a real dark space in your life. I remember one time before, you know what I'm saying, I had this incessant cough after I hit a female raw. I was a little afraid. I started looking up certain shit, man. I was like, and you go down this rabbit hole. You know what it is. You go down the rabbit hole. You're like, oh God, I got.
You're like my bitch.
Yeah,
like that.
It's you got that. You have the psychics, and you have the people pushing natural, sea moss or whatever it is that they push on us.
I can't keep up with the natural shit no more. The natural shit is getting just as bad as the big pharma prescription shit. It's getting just as bad.
This is the thing.
I just
everybody that not obviously it's not one size fits all, and it's not one pill's gonna. They're gonna push it, but it's not gonna all be equally. Like some people are gonna react differently, right? And so what I didn't understand about the trans community, I never understood like the, for instance, male to female, if they feel like a woman, why don't they get the bottom surgery? Until I started seeing people that had bad bottom surgeries and lost total everything. They can't even use it. But the people selling it, the doctors selling it, they probably have quite a few successful surgeries that came out and the people loved it, right? But they've also had some bad ones, and it's just, you don't know how you're going to react. So it's almost like buyer beware. Yeah, so and so, especially if and then they're going to endorse, oh, can you put this on your YouTube channel and say how great it is, and I'll go ahead and give you some money for that. But you can't guarantee that everybody's going to have the same reaction. Until I saw some people saying that they totally can't even use it. I was like, oh, that's why. Okay, now I totally get why you're not messing with that.
You're getting rid of, whether it's a vagina or a penis, you're getting rid of your orgasm tool.
Yeah, or you're at least taking a risk, right?
Now you understand why I'll never get a fucking vasectomy. It's too fucking risky, man. Too fucking risky.
Vasectomy is absolutely zero to do. I mean, zero.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
I'm not gonna let you sound like this in public.
It'll be like 0.0000059 percentile.
No,
that'll be an issue. And guess what? I'll be the 0.
It's not even nowhere near. Brother. I'm not gonna let you look like this in public. A vasectomy is nowhere near. Okay,
I don't know
any of your erogenous zones on your penis. Stop it.
It's as simple as getting from Walgreens. Okay, like it's literally
all I hear is sharp object cut and penis, and it's like, whoa, I'm out. I'm
So
out. No, no.
I just want to say though, that so the more information you get from me, the more information I get, the more I have an understanding. Like, yeah, when you're an adult, make those decisions, because I realize now that there's surgeries for everything. There's surgeries to get rid of an Adam's apple. There's surgeries to change your voice. There's surgeries to do this surgery. If you're an
Can I
adult,
get rid of my Adam's apple? I don't want to.
They got
if you're an
feminization surgery.
if you're an feminization, if you're an adult and you want to make those decisions and take those risks, I'm all for it. But I've totally changed, like, because they were selling you on, you need to get them on these hormones so they don't hit puberty, the puberty blockers and everything like that. And yeah, now I've never been real keen on kids doing it, but I'm like, well,
They,
maybe 15 or
what do you
16.
mean they were
But
selling
now
you?
I'm like, well, I'm saying they're selling you, like, you need to have puberty blockers. You need this before
Okay.
they hit puberty, so their
You have a
voice doesn't.
trans kid, or you mean in general?
In a trans kid, I'm talking about the puberty
I
blockers. So
mean,
they,
you have a trans kid, or you mean in general?
in
Like,
general,
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm saying kids should not. I don't believe that you should push that on kids. I think
No.
when they're adults, there's too many ways that you could, if you really have a problem with it, you can take that risk when you're an adult. That's the way I feel now.
right, right.
Yeah, and and not only that, but we have to understand the times too. Children, like we were, are very easily influenced. That is why we wore our hair a certain way. That is why we dressed a certain way, right? Because we wanted to do what everybody was doing. That it was a fad. It was a sign of the times. Today, the fad is be LGBTQ, be a fake activist online for this or that. You know what I mean? Be a celebrity, get you a huge fat ass and some huge fat titties, shave your nose down till it looks like this, get the big, big lips, right? You could get your eyes like this. You put the wigs on with the baby hair that's all the way pasted. So, these kids are growing up now in a really weird, strange time. Like looking back, of course, every generation has goofy styles. You're like, oh, you wore bell bottoms, or oh, you were. But what these kids are growing up in now involves surgery.
And
We never had those fads.
they look at it as a hairstyle. They really do. They look at it as simple as getting a hairstyle. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? But they're young. They don't see it. They don't understand.
Yeah, they can because and that's health shit. You know what I mean? Like, imagine, like, I'm certain there's gonna be a generation of people, women in particular, who are gonna regret every single thing that they did to themselves, man. Every
Well, if
single
you see Nicki Minaj, she shrunk her ass and her tits. She said that she got them too big.
and there's just going to be a gang of these. I mean, these chicks don't even got, and a lot of these girls don't got this shit professionally done. They got like tire liquid in their butts, and they got Roto-Rooter shit in their tits and all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like you got all these foreign chemicals in your body. Well, what does that lead to? Is this going to lead to cancer? Maybe, you know what I mean? At some point in time when you get older, none of this shit is free.
No, that's what I said. We're gonna see in maybe 50 years how bad all of that shit really is. Like these women, they look embalmed to me. They look embalmed.
Making
You
a
ever
good
see
point.
somebody in a coffin? Anybody in a coffin that like didn't die of cancer, but like a regular, like they left them too long, and it's like everything is like they look embalmed, except they walking around. They look embalmed to me. They don't look normal. Their face looks dead. They can't move their face. Have you seen Vivica Fox trying to speak?
Right. Even
It is
her,
horrific.
it's horrible.
Like,
And even that
so-
look,
well, girl, let me tell you something. I don't care. I was just 50 Cent. Okay, let me tell you something, sister. What do you think about that? What do you think?
They look like a goddamn ventriloquist. They really do. Like when the ventriloquist is speaking.
It's hard, and it looks like it hurts, and the appearance is like when you come home from the dentist after they did work on you. You know that feeling and that look you have on your mouth, and you got to sleep it off. You're like, I got to sleep it off. I got to sleep it. But they look like that permanently, and it's.
But Adam Hearn is making a good point, and honestly, I don't know why.
Adam Hernandez?
Yeah, I don't know why me and Adam are agreeing with each other suddenly. I don't know what the fuck happened. But anyway, he said he blames Michael Jackson. I will say so to a degree as well. No. Mike made a lot of this shit fucking, mainstream, man. He did. I didn't know what plastic surgery was.
No, but
I
who?
didn't
But
really
who
know what
ran,
plastic
but
surgery
who
was when we were a kid.
what black person ran to the plastic surgeon after Michael Jackson?
No, the fact that it was popularized after him. No, black people no. No. Listen, wait 1 second. Let's entertain that black people were able to go to a plastic surgeon after Michael Jackson to a degree, a certain sect of black, because after a while that shit started becoming cheap. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Surgeries became a lot cheaper. It became a lot open to the common folk. When regular black people or regular common folk were able to stuff some shit in their tits or whatever, and stuff some shit in their ass, they ran. Even if it was in the alleys, even you know what I mean. As long as it was affordable, some motherfuckers have payment plans. I don't know how you got a payment plan on your on your fucking tits. That's wild to me. I mean, if you lose a couple of payments, like what happens? Like,
They go get them.
exactly. Like you got some repo men coming through the window with scissors.
I'm sure they have a way to like you're stuck to that bill. But okay, I'll put my toe in the concede pool. I'm not jumping in with you, Haran, but I'll put my
Right.
toe in it. I will say, because it was so many Jacksons getting that nose job, and because they were like revered and they were like a royal family in the music industry, maybe they may have influenced some of them pinched noses.
I will say this though, and it might sound controversial. The Jackson nose, there is an argument that it would require a fucking nose job. Have you ever seen an original Jackson nose? Look, y'all might look.
What are you nodding for, no saying? First of all, with your pointed nose and your thin lips and your big dick, I know you ain't nodding. Fucking audacity, the gall and the gun. Brother, fix your face. Don't you ever say African nose needs fucking surgery. You are part of the problem.
No, listen, no. I said a Jackson nose. Look, man, I said a Jackson nose. Look, even some African motherfuckers looked at Michael Jackson like, that's a very big nose. That's a big nose.
Really?
Have you ever seen an original Michael Jackson nose? It's a little. I mean, it looked like if the whole family sneezed at the same time, it'd be a gust of fucking wind. It literally, that's a big. They had some big ass fucking nose.
We'll say Latoya's nose did a
I mean, we can. I mean,
Latoya.
I need to like. This is crazy. Like I feel like I need to fucking. I need to heal the panel real quick.
played that gym bass.
That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. We can't do that. We can't say that.
What? This is the thing.
We can't. It's I can't condone that. Listen, opinions of all the panelists are not the opinions of the host. That's terrible, Haran. No, there's nothing wrong with a big ass fucking white nose. What about Karis One? What about the woman that founded the Me Too? We can't do that. We cannot.
Haran.
I like big noses.
I will say something, but no, I'm gonna lead with
No. Say what you finna say. No, say
no. He knows who Geddy Lee is, right? You know who Geddy Lee is, right, Haran? Geddy Lee.
No.
Lead singer of Rush.
Geddy Lee.
No. Just not ringing bell right now.
Well, okay. Well, if you look him up, he's got a fucking big nose. Listen, everybody's got noses everybody's got a preference of noses. Or some people, like, he's a white guy. He's got a big nose. He could use some surgery. So all I'm saying is that Michael Jackson has a bigger nose, a wider nose than what. That's all I'm saying.
I gotta
not race specific. Everybody has every race has noses that are just like, oh, that's too big, or that's not big enough, or that's all.
Okay, but by whose standards? That's my issue. By whose standards? What should their nose, whether you're white or you're black, right? What should their nose get cut down to look like?
Well, look, I will say this. All right, this is what I will say. The size of their noses, and the shape of their faces, the size of the nose was bringing a lot of attention to their faces. You know what I mean? And it didn't look proportioned. It's just like you got this big fucking shit on his nose right here. You know what I mean? And it might have a great jawline, might have some great eyes going on through you got this big fucking nose going on right here. You know what I mean? It might be huge. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, in the context of the Jackson family, I'm not saying that every black person should run out there and get a nose job. Absolutely not. But in the context of the Jackson family, they all had a particular nose. I mean, whichever side of the family that came from, because the mama and the papa damn near looked like fucking brother and sister. So I don't know where they got that motherfucking nose.
I did always think they look like brother and sister. I
don't know where. We don't even know who looks like who half the time. You just know all these motherfuckers look alike. You know what I'm saying? They all got that nose.
Mama and Daddy Jackson, Joe and Kathy, they look like each other. Like I've said that my whole life. I'm like, I don't know.
After a while, I couldn't, like, when I was younger, I was like, where's the father? Because everybody looked alike. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't know which one was the dad.
I really don't think, I'm looking at him very young here. I don't think his nose was bad. Let me share this screen.
I got a friend like that. Her.
Haran, your nose and Michael's teen nose is the same shit.
Nah, there was a time when he was.
No. See, this is how fucking rumors start. Look at this shit here. Come on, Jen. You admitted it took you a minute to get used to Jonathan Major, if I was remember correctly. I never for you too. I want somebody to find a clip, one fucking clip where I said anything about his. Can I finish? Because if you're accusing me, defend myself, right? Okay. Never once did I mention anything about his fucking nose. I said he is unattractive, he's ugly, and I agree with the women. I said he has a civil rights face.
Yes.
I never zeroed in on his nose. Not a one time.
But
not a one time. Because it's smushed and he always does this. It doesn't matter what the emotion is, it's always here. Happy here, angry here, horny here, sad here. It's all here. It's just like fucking Ice Cube. Every emotion, Ice Cube does this. We're not afraid anymore, Ice Cube.
But can we concede that those of the civil rights ilk, they had distinct noses? Can we concede to that?
No, that's the last. They have a very old fucking fashion look, like from back then. They're not polished, and you even see that with the Frankie Lyman, the Temptations, the groups from back then. I'm talking about the back then with the conch in their hair. They look like they're from back then.
Absolutely, they had certain characteristics.
Yes, they look like they're. I was like, oh, okay, and you know, when you do a period piece in Hollywood, even if it's white, like I watched the Peaky Blinders. Even if it's white, if you do like an old Irish thing or like the Titanic movie, I don't know where they find those wonky looking white people, but them white people look like they're from 1910.
They do. I don't know if they have the casting call. Maybe they say you got to have an old Irish nose. I don't know, but them motherfuckers do look like them old gingery fucking Irish motherfuckers. They do. They have the nose. Like they just jump out with a 4-leaf clover, like how many bitches do you own? Like shit like that. You know what I mean? They got that look. They
Picture no saint in a little Civil War uniform.
Nah, it wouldn't really work. Nah.
Like,
no saint looks Canadian. Like I can picture him. Yeah, I can picture him in a Mountie uniform. He looks fucking Canadian.
Okay, here we go. Oh yes, Abby, that's very true. So everybody pay attention. As you age, the things that get bigger are your feet, your nose, and your ears.
Yeah.
Nature's not done with the cruel jokes. As you age, your feet, your nose, and your ears get bigger.
And as Michael Jackson aged, you know what I mean? It made sense for him to get a nose job.
So David Dillon says his own brothers used to call him Big Nose. I think he felt all that and had the money to change it. So let me share the screen real quick. I mean, I've seen very broad noses. I don't think Michael was.
Yeah,
Look, I'm
no,
gonna
Now, what age
I
was he
like
in this
big.
photo though? When he was younger, he didn't really. It wasn't as pronounced when he was like a kid, but as he got older, yeah, come on now, that's a nose a
what?
little big.
Oops, sorry. I did the wrong thing. Do you see him?
Yes, I
Mhm.
see him.
I don't think his nose is like, oh my god, I don't think his nose was like a KRS-One joint.
Wait. Well, let me see. Go. It's the nose right there. Let me see the
This
right
one,
there.
this
What's
one.
that? Yeah, let me see that. Yeah, that. Come on, son. Come
I
on,
don't know
son.
why I can't make it bigger when I fucking click on the thing. It's so whack. Fucking takes me somewhere else.
You should be able to
Verify
zoom.
human.
You know how to zoom in? I don't want to tell you because you might. I don't want you to do
Yeah.
it wrong.
Ah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I did it.
I can't see it.
You
You
can't see
didn't.
it.
Nah, it's not zoomed in.
It's zoomed in on my end.
Yeah, not on this.
Nah, we can't see it.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. Okay, now I got it. Boom.
All right.
Boom. Boom.
Yeah, there you go. It's a little
His
No,
nose was not bad as a kid. It was not bad.
at that age, at that age, if he wanted to, do something to his nose or whatever, I'd have been like, okay, I can see it. Now he went overboard when he
Look
chopped
how
that shit
sad
up.
he looks. He looks
When
so
he
sad.
chopped that shit up into
yeah.
an exclamation point, when that shit looked like an exclamation point, that's when it was like, yo, Mike, you bugging out. Like
Not an
that's
exclamation point
like,
though.
what the fuck is that? Like who had a nose job? Halle Berry. Halle had a nose job. It was a
Alien?
very slight. It was a very slight. The thing about with plastic surgery is that subtlety goes a long way, man. Subtlety goes a long way. You don't gotta like just rearrange and gut your shit, man. Just what I mean, a little slight little thing here and there.
Little nip tuck.
Yeah, there you go.
And
There's
and,
nothing
it,
wrong with
and
that.
also it really depends. Like there's certain noses on certain people that might not look good on other people. I mean, like I think of I liked Elizabeth Montgomery's nose on her face. I don't know what it would look like on somebody else, but like for instance, if we're gonna talk, because I know Jen was getting all on me because I was talking about Michael Jackson's nose. Lady Gaga could use a nose job,
She's
but
what is
she's
it?
got that
Italian
she's
Jewish?
got that Roman look. She's got that Roman
Yes.
nose.
But honestly, that's what makes her be
She's
able.
good for a period piece.
That's why she's able to
That's true.
transform as much as
Remember
she does.
Blossom?
Her
Remember
looks
Blossom?
for her for
Oh,
that
Blossom.
for that
I
Blossom
remember.
had a nose.
Blossom
Blossom
that
had a fucking nose.
Yeah.
Like she had some shit.
yeah.
But yeah, it definitely depends on how you look too. Some people can pull off the Lady Gaga nose. Oh wow. And she didn't look bad with her own nose.
No.
So she liked a little pinch.
Yeah.
A little.
That's all. Yeah, just a little pinch.
A little,
Yeah.
yeah, it's nothing wrong
I don't
with
like
it. See,
that. I don't like that type of nose job though. The one that she got. Because it's
Mhm.
very generic. I've seen
Hollywood.
some pretty nice nose jobs, but that one I don't like that. The one where they just pinch the middle, I don't like.
Really?
Yeah, I
I mean,
don't like it. I've seen like
Listen, she looks good both pictures,
Yeah.
I think. But I
Yeah.
think I'm with you, Jen. I kind of like her own nose better, a little
like
better.
she should have shrunk her own style of nose. I don't like that pinch thing because it starts
Yeah.
looking like it looks like a nose job. It looks like they
Yeah.
pinched it in the middle. Nah. I thought Kim Kardashian was good, maybe like the second to third nose job. Now her nose is almost gone. It's
I
almost
like
gone.
first
Again,
nose.
that's that
First.
Michael Jackson
Yeah.
shit.
I like her first round of Little Kim's first round of plastic surgery.
Yes.
Mhm.
Victoria's KIM album cover. That one. That round of plastic surgery. That was her best.
I will
Patty
say. I
LaBelle
will,
has a nose job.
I
Oh
will say,
God.
though,
Got one of the best nose jobs out there because you saw her original nose.
Who?
I will,
I don't remember Patty's original.
Oh, it's now that is a dramatic change. That is she's got a lot of work done though, but her work looks damn good if you ask me. So
I like K Michelle. I think K Michelle looks better than she used to look.
Yeah.
And she had
Oh
a
my
gang of
God.
fucking plastic surgery. I think she looks better than she used to look.
She looked terrible for them
Who? K
teeth. Them
Michelle?
teeth look like they could open up a fucking can.
Who? K Michelle?
Yes. Her old teeth?
No, she got rid of those old teeth, right?
No, I'm talking about her first original jack teeth
Oh, okay.
before she started the veneers and all of that. Like, yeah, her teeth were, ooh, child.
Cardi used to have fucked up teeth. Y'all remember
Well,
Cardi?
K. Michelle's teeth look like that.
Shit.
Who?
K. Michelle's teeth look like Cardi's first teeth.
Okay.
Cardi's
What
broke
the
teeth.
hell?
I saw an old video or old something popped up. They was just playing a bunch of clips, and an old Cardi clip popped up, and I was like, "Who this woman? Oh goddamn! I remember her. I remember her.
Did she
Like,
do something to slim her face?
she's done so much work. Like, it's like every week she has some new face. Her and Nene have a new face every week.
It's
And-
funny. I was arguing with some people earlier about Cardi B because they was like that whole Cardi B and Offset shit, and they were like, "No, she deserves better." I says who? Like, I get confused. Like, why does Cardi B deserve better than Offset? Like, explain, please.
Do you feel like she went under the knife all those many times because of the relationship?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I think she did it to maybe keep his attention or whatever. I'll say this though. What's her nemesis? Her nemesis's name?
Nikki?
No, the other nemesis, not the other nemesis. The one she sued. What's her name again?
Tasha K.
Yeah, Tasha K. She said something that kind of makes sense now. She said that Cardi spent her whole time just running behind Offset all those years, and she barely really concentrates on her music career. She just yells online and maybe comes out with a song here and there. And then the last song she came out with didn't really go anywhere. It was like, racing around for a bit, but didn't really go anywhere.
I have to disagree vehemently
With
with what you said. Hold on, I'm pulling up
Mongo's record, where did that go?
Patty. Do you see that? You see Patty?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I see it.
But you see, they all get that same fucking nose. They just pinch it in the middle. I don't like that nose.
That doesn't really look.
I don't like. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Her, it doesn't really look great.
She's an attractive older woman, but I don't like that pinched nose because it looks like a nose job. It looks like a nose job. And she did her upper lip. You could tell she did her upper lip. She did her eyebrows. She lifted her eyebrows.
Yeah, she started working in the 70s.
Yeah, but you can't shit. Even with all of that, she has an amazing surgeon. She has an amazing surgeon.
Amazing. Like one of my favorite looks. Like if she's in her 80s or late 70s and her work is holding up like that, that's great work. And that
Chad says Patty looked better with the Cadillac nose. No, what I was saying about Cardi B that I disagree is I think, she started, she used to strip. She got a big fat ass to strip. She got titties to strip. So Cardi, even without an Offset, she was going to be working on her body just like all them other the video chicks, like all them other rappers. They all do it. They all do it.
I wasn't
One second. Wait 1 second. Can you believe I just forgot for a quick second this girl used to be a stripper?
How did you forget that?
I have no clue, man. I have no clue. I just forgot for a second this girl used to be a fucking stripper. Anyway, go ahead.
No,
Adam Hearn said the super chat, Jennifer Grey is an example of ruined her career. I don't know about that neither.
I just want to point out something. What happened earlier? The guy who got tossed out. This is a clear example of something. You can agree to. You can feel a particular way about a certain sect of people, but that doesn't give you the space to disrespect people and feel that you have a right to disrespect people. Because when you get checked, a lot of times these guys claim that, oh, you're infringing on my freedom of speech. And no, I'm not infringing on your freedom of speech. You just want to say what you want to say and be devoid of consequence. You can feel how you want to feel, but the other people also still have a right to say, you can feel that way over there, though. And I think that's where the misunderstanding with a lot of people comes from. Like, I don't have to agree with certain things, and if I don't agree with something, I disengage. I remove myself from the situation, because that's what intelligent, grown fucking people do. I'm not going to stick around and hate on some shit knowing that I don't want to be around it. You're just creating a volatile situation for everyone involved. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there real quick. Please continue.
Okay, so
Pepper
I just want
face
to.
up. Y'all seen Pepper face?
Yes. Oh no, Peppa and her ass. That fake. She look like she got the cock in her ass. That's
Does.
terrible. It's terrible, and she hides it. She hides her ass all the time. It's a bad job. No, I wanted to say, just piggybacking off what you said real quick. That happens to me a lot online, where people say like, well, don't put something, you putting something on public forum. Of course, people gonna answer, and I say, yeah, just like in the public, I can tell you go fuck yourself. It's the same thing. Like, they think because it's a public forum, they could say whatever they want. No, because it's a public forum, you could say whatever you want, and then I can reply however I want. That's how it works. So I'm not telling you not to come and opine on what I put out there. I'm telling you, you could come and opine on what I put out there. And if I disagree, I can tell you go fuck yourself. That's how it works out on the public forum. That's what happens in public forum.
That's like homie, I forgot his name, that dumb motherfucker who went out to the Bronx and started calling motherfuckers all kinds of bitch ass niggas and blah blah blah. And guess what they did? It was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll take that, and they shot him. And they shot his dumb ass.
The Bronx.
They shot him. He went up to the Bronx. I think he went up to Fordham Road talking that crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I fuck everybody up, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Had the YouTube shit going on, and they said, okay, all right, hold this. There's consequences attached to things, bro.
Yeah. People
like I said, everybody. I even forgot what the topic was. The topic was pronouns, and here we are. All right, guys. Thank you. So that's right. The Bronx is ghetto. Stay the fuck out. Okay. So good night, guys. Thank you for being here. We will see you, Manana. Good night. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow.
Take care.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Are you really gonna sit there and watch me carol? All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Okay, if you want to support the show, Cash App On The Block with Jen. If you have a suggestion, On The Block with Jen at Gmail. And if you'd like to see more of me, get to know more of me, okay, On The Block with Jen Instagram. All right, guys, and I'm out. Mama's tired.